boy Donna Blue Cakes Nigeria, and I'm welcoming you to season 2 of Baking You Memories. Wow, it's been an awesome time, and I'm sure you've been missing me. I have missed you also. So season 1 was awesome, it was great, but we've got a lot for you this season. It's going to be very exciting, so much to learn, and then we're going to have a lot of people come in every now and then on the show. I loved hearing from you, the feedbacks and all on our YouTube channel, and all the feedbacks. It was awesome. Thank you so much for staying with us thus far, and we're looking forward to sharing more wonderful moments with you on season 2. Thank you. Okay, so we are here, and I'm about to unravel our very first episode of Baking You Memories season 2. So today I'm going to be teaching you how to make a chocolate chip loaf cake. Very simple ingredients, you can just follow through. Just remember to maintain the measurements and follow the procedure step by step. So the first thing we are going to do is to add up our butter, our granulated sugar, and like you know, I teach you here how to do things from scratch. So we're going to manually cream this. You can decide to use a mixer, but then if you have a paddle at home, a wooden paddle like this, you can just go ahead and cream. And the creaming technique is such that you beat your butter against the sugar in a fast and consistent motion, for those of you joining us for the first time, until it is light colored, light in weight, and has a dropping consistency. So to make sure that we achieve these 3 things, we're going to be consistent in our direction. We can decide to go clockwise or anti-clockwise direction. So we just continue in this fashion, beating until this mixture is light colored and fluffy, and then it has a dropping consistency. So let's see how that goes. So you can see we've gone a long way from where we started. You can see that the cream mixture is light colored and it's fluffy, and it's ready for us to incorporate the other ingredients. Now what we have here, we'll start by trying to combine together all the dry ingredients and then try to sift 2 to 3 times at least. So I'm going to, this is the corn flour, I'm going to add it to the flour, the all-purpose flour. I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of baking powder. Like I will always say, use leveled measurements, not heapful. Leveled measurements. And decide to stir. So, why do you think it is necessary for us to see more than once? Because we want a very light textured cake. Something very fluffy. So we're going to start by sieving. I'm just putting it bit by bit in the sieve so that I don't have it overflowing. Now, what's the difference between all-purpose flour and maybe self-rising flour? All-purpose flour, you can use it for any baked goods you want to achieve. But sometimes some recipe calls for a different kind of flour. So it's very important that you use what is required per time. So we're just sieving for the first time. And then we need to go a second time. What happens when you're sieving is that the air around gets incorporated into your flour. So the more times you sieve, the more you incorporate air and the lighter it becomes. So let's go on to our third time and then get it over with. So our dried ingredients are sifted. So it's sifted now for the third time. We're going to incorporate into our cream mixture. Now, I've always talked about fresh eggs. It's very, very important. I always love to give some wicks to my eggs. So we just need 2 eggs here. I remember, always use fresh eggs. So once we've gotten that wicks, pour it in parts. We're trying to take time to make sure that we do this and everything goes well according to plan. So we're not just going to pour everything at a go. So like as though you're putting just half a portion in and then you blend. The mixture is going to look a little cold at some point, but try to get it blended to a certain level before you start incorporating. Now, put this in parts, 3 major parts. So let's do the first batch. Don't be too vigorous with your mixing. Why? Because we do not want to deflate the mixture. Now, if you're just coming on board, you have to see previous episodes of our season 1. There's a lot to learn, and so that you can really follow up on all that we're doing. So, first portion done. Second portion. Why are we doing this? We're trying to make sure that we still maintain the lightness of the texture. Now we still have some portion of our eggs. Pour that last portion. Beat it in. Now see this. Just see this. I'm folding in the remaining flour. Now folding in technique is a more detailed one. You can see I'm not being vigorous. I'm just being particular. It's a gentle way of doing it. So once that is done, we now need to bring in the other ingredients. Okay, so now that we have gotten it to this point and we need to incorporate our other ingredients, let me just quickly clear up my space. Okay, so right here we have vanilla essence. We have to add 1 teaspoon of that. You stir. You can use your orange zest or lemon, just half of a regular orange or lemon. I'll just put in about 1 tablespoon here, maybe some. You can always taste your butter to see if it has really come in. It's a very refreshing taste you get from it. And then you can add your raisins. You could just sprinkle it in. going to be one very tasty loaf cake. This is about 3 tablespoons. Our chocolate chip. We need 3 tablespoons of that. I'll put 2 first and I sprinkle the others, the last one on the finishing. So we just bring it together. This time we're just trying to make sure we incorporate it. We're not really trying to beat or anything like that. Wow. The aroma is coming up already. Okay, now that we have that, we need to prepare our loaf pan. Now we have the metal ones and these ones are just foiled. We can just grease and put our parchment paper, that's our baking sheet, and then we pour this into it. So let's go ahead to see how that is done. Okay, so yeah, we have our loaf pans, right? And I've taken the liberty to grease it, and I'm lining it with baking paper, that's baking sheet, just so it covers the sides and especially the bottom. So I'm going to put in my batter now. Now it's ideal that you have your oven preheated for at least 10 to 15 minutes and then you're good to go. So I'm going to put this in. Do not just overfill. Give some space for rising. We have a little more and I'm going to put it in this remaining loaf. Let's see how that turns out. I feel like some of this can still go in here. Ideally, if you have a 9-inch loaf pan that is about 3 inches wide, just be ideal for this quantity of batter. So remember the remaining parts of the chocolate chip, I just want to sprinkle on top. Now our oven is preheating, so everything should be nice and ready for us to pop it into this oven. You can see that it has been quite simple. Let's go ahead and put it in the oven, shall we? Okay, so wow, our chocolate chip loaf is out of the oven. Look at how it looks. Wonderful, right? We've allowed it to cool a bit, and then we can just take it out from the loaf pan. Just nudge it a bit, but you should be able to just come out neatly because we lined it. Wow, look at that. And you take out your lining sheets. Then you can turn the other way. Now I'm going to slice it. Now you can serve this sliced. This is something you want to try with friends so that you can have a fun time. Wow, can you see? Can you just see? Oh my goodness. Oh, I can't wait. You can have this sliced and serve to friends. So let me try this out. Can you see the chocolate chip, the fruits, all of that? So next week is going to be a very exciting episode on this show. We're having a guest that's 12 years old. So our farm days is between the ages of 8 to 12. So it's going to really be awesome. We're even going to organize a class for them soon, and we'll keep you posted. So until next time on Baking You Memories, I'm your amiable host, Afro Way, known of the Nigeria. Ciao!